Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Switzerland. Welcome, Dubai. Welcome, world. This is Jessica Lockhart, and this is Conversations with Jessica, where we speak about humanology, human beings, understanding human beings, and everything that has to do with human beings, with humanology. Today, I am very, very, very happy to invite you all to a very special conversation because today I have a very special guest joining me here in the studio, but not physically because she's not in Switzerland, where I am broadcasting this show from. She is quite far away. Her name is Louise Armstrong, and she is a human being who has a passion in life. Her passion is to help to help women around the world become masters of their own emotional intelligence, so they're able to heal their inner wounds, creating lasting, loving relationships. Well, Louise is a coach, and she is joining me today not only to share her coaching practice, her knowledge with us, but also, I hope, part of her journey. Welcome, Louise. Nice to have you on my show.
What a beautiful welcome. Thank you so much. And it's a real pleasure to be with you, Jessica, and with all our listeners today. Thank you.
Well, the first question is a very easy one. Tell us where you're talking us from, where you are located, so we can get a flavor of the multinationality and multiculturality of Conversations with Jessica.
Yeah, I've been living in Dubai for almost 16 years now, but I'm actually from the UK. I'm from the north of England.
So, as you might know or might not know, I was born in the US. I grew up in Spain. I currently live in Switzerland. And that is the place from which I'm recording or I'm broadcasting Conversations with Jessica. So, we are a very multinational program tonight.
Beautiful.
So, I just told our audience, that our listeners, that you're a coach. What kind of coach would you say you are, Louise, and why did you decide to become a coach?
Well, I'm a relationship coach, so that's my real focus on helping people with their relationships with themselves and with people who are important to them. So that's a big part of my coaching side. I'm also an NLP coach, neuro linguistic programming. I'm a counselor and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. So I think people, I'm a bit unsure of the word, I don't use it very often, but they call me an eclectic coach, which means I can draw on all those different modalities.
Wow, that is quite impressive, Louise, I must say. Before I ask you the next question, let me remind everyone that we always give a little gift away in our programs and conversations with Jessica. And today, you have the chance to win a fantastic little gift. You have the chance to win a whole collection, a whole set of inspiring postcards that you can send your friends all around the world, talking about multiculturality. So, if you want to win this beautiful set of 5 inspiring postcards, you just have to contact us through the chat. You just have to let us know where you live. As simple as that. Just send us a short message right now, here, live, through the chat system, telling us where you live. The first person to tell us where they live will be getting that beautiful collection of inspiring postcards. I was saying that I wanted to ask you another question. You just gave us a little feel of what it is that you do professionally, but many of our listeners might not really understand what it is that you actually do. Can you describe what it is that you do so our listeners have a clear idea of your work, your day to day work, what you can do for other human beings?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have a very busy practice, seeing people, individuals and couples, face to face in Dubai. That is actually going to be changing in the next 3 to 6 months as I pick up my entire business and I put it online. But at the moment, it is extremely busy. I've got a long waiting list as well. So I'm very, very fortunate and grateful to be able to serve so many beautiful people. I started out serving women, and I still sort of say I'm a women's coach, but actually I probably see about 40% of men now as well. So it's very interesting that the other half of people now come to me of their own accord. So that's another exciting extension to the business. So what do I actually do? Well, people come to me basically, to put it into a nutshell, not liking where they are in life. Some people know where they want to be, but everybody knows they don't want to be where they are. And so I use a mixture of all the modalities and the tools that I have to create an individual program for that person. So that's a mixture of coaching, which is a fantastic tool that takes us forward in life. And, you know, in some respects, you know, you could say everybody needs a coach because we can't see, you know, the way forward clearly, and we can't see what's inside of us because it's like we're on the stage in a theatre production. We need to actually step off the stage, get into the audience so we get a nice clear view. So that's, you know, the coaching is a wonderful tool for that. But so many of us cannot move forwards in life because there's stuff holding us back. And that is the real key to my work, is I help people find out what it is holding them back. And generally, it's all connected to an emotional wound. And that emotional wound could be something that's happened in childhood or perhaps from some trauma. And the symptoms are showing up in their adult life. So that's where the counselling comes in, where we do a lot of talking together. And then the clinical hypnotherapy is where I'm able to access the subconscious mind, where most of all our memories are stored, but 97% of our behaviour is driven from this part of our mind. So that's why I went into the hypnotherapy, because it's such an important part. We might as well deal directly with that part of the mind. So I use those three tools, Jessica, to help people move forwards and to really discover what it is that is holding them back. And then when we make that discovery, we are able to heal the wound. And that is quite often going back to childhood. So I do a lot of inner child work, you know, under the age of 7 in a lot of cases. Does that help?
Wow, that's a very, very complete answer, and I'm sure that our listeners have a very clear image of what it is that you do now. Um, as you know, Louise, I'm a humanologist, and within humanology, we also use coaching and coaching tools as part of our toolbox. In fact, coaching is one of the methods that humanologists use whenever working with their clients. Mm, and it's one of the key elements of humanology, but it's not the only one. Some coaches just use one set of tools, but you also seem to be a little humanologist in your approach by using several different tools when working with human beings, which is something I completely agree with and I can completely sympathize with, because I think that human beings need a wider approach. Sometimes certain tools are perfect, some other times other tools are needed, or at least that's what we in humanology believe. But you're talking about pain in childhood. You're talking about helping human beings overcome certain situations. Uh, what mm, decided you? What led you to devoting yourself to this? Is there perhaps something that you had to heal in your own life, or is this something that you just got the inspiration to do?
No, it's something very personal. I mean, I never set out in life to do what I'm doing now. In fact, it's a far cry from what I'm doing now. I was a trader, a financial trader in the futures market. So, and did that for many years and loved it. I really enjoyed it. But I've suffered a very destructive relationship with my mother for most of my life. In fact, I think it's around sort of 35 years if I can sort of pinpoint where it started. I was a terrible teenager. I mean, I must have been an absolute nightmare to bring up. I was certainly no angel. But I've had this very fraught relationship with my mother, which was a lot of that was the learned behaviour I took from her got transposed into my own family. I've been married for almost 30 years. I've known Ian for 32 years, so we've been together a very long time. And we've got 3 beautiful children. And unbeknown to me, all the behaviour I'd learnt from my mother, I transposed to my children, particularly my eldest daughter. So although we think, you know, consciously, I thought, well, I'll do everything very differently because I certainly don't want to end up with the relationship I have with my mother, with my children. So, you know, that was a very big part of where I was in my own relationship. So I had that going on in my own marriage and bringing my own children up. And the relationship became so fraught with my mother. I asked her, if we could draw the line and put our differences behind us. And she said no. She said these issues were mine and I had to sort them out. And at the time, I was mortified because in amongst that conversation, she also said she didn't love me. So I came away, I invested a lot of money and a lot of time in myself, in coaching, counselling and hypnotherapy. And during the course of about 8 months to a year, I basically healed a lot of childhood stuff. And I was then able to invite mum and dad to come to Dubai to stay for 2 weeks. And it's sort of the rest is history. It was amazing. I wasn't triggered by the same old things that mum said. Mum hadn't changed. But since that visit, our relationship has grown and grown. And there's been a catalogue of stories I could talk to you about. But I am actually, this September, October time, we're returning to the UK. We've bought a piece of land and we're going to be building our own home. But while our home is being built, I'm going to be living in mum's little cottage just down the road from her. And I'm going to be helping mum and getting to know mum a little bit better because we haven't lived near each other since I left home, really. And my father sadly has quite advanced Alzheimer's, so I'm also going back to spend some time, quality time with dad and to help mum. So it's been an incredible journey in this, and it's from this personal transformation in my own life that I was actually invited myself to train as a coach with Natalie Ledwell, who runs a company called My Movies. She's based in San Diego. So I took the opportunity and I did both trading and coaching, and actually both quite badly because I was never in the right place at the right time. And it was actually more stress than anything else. So I had to make a decision, one or the other. And it wasn't an easy one because I did love what I did, but it didn't fulfill my needs. And I have such a need, and it's like an urgency, I think, inside of me to really help others and to share what I've learned, because I truly believe that there's so many of us out there struggling and really not knowing what to do. And I know myself, I felt so alone in my world. I really felt there's no way I'm telling anyone what's going on in my life. You know, I'll be judged, I've got this facade to keep up, etc. So I felt very, and this is one of the things that I'm driven to share with others. I want to bring, women together. I want to connect women together in groups and workshops in different environments, because I truly believe that when we come together, we can really heal from each other. It's not just about me coaching and counselling and helping people. It's about bringing us together, because I do think in this amazing world of connection, as you and me connected here, or connected with our listeners, which is phenomenal. We have so many different ways of connecting, but in other ways we're actually really quite disconnected. So it's that connection I really feel that humans crave. Humans beings absolutely crave that ultimate connection with each other. So that's why I do what I do, Jessica. And it's been quite a journey. It really has, and I had no intention whatsoever of building a business. It just was not on my radar. So I kind of fell into it. I built this Facebook group, and from there people said, "Do you know a coach?" And I thought, well, I'm really not a very good marketer here, because I actually am a coach, and you don't even realize I'm a coach, and I'm running my group. So I really was not good at telling people what I did, but I started blogging and just putting things out there, and then I thought, you know what, I want to make this a bit bigger. I really want to share a lot more.
And then with this whole journey that you went through, and everything that you learned, and everything that you're sharing with other women around the world today, what would you say, Louise, is the most important discovery you yourself made in your own personal journey? What would you say is your number one discovery as a human being?
I think that the number one discovery was, it really is about yourself. And I honestly had really no idea. I was continually looking outside of me for the answers all the time.